Welcome back to Enter Scoop Phase. I'm Otaku Superior. Today we're looking at BT7 X-Antibody. I probably wasn't going to do this one because BT8 should have been out by now, but delays, so what else am I going to do? DJ lineup. It's for Doraemon. This is pretty much the egg that you're going to be running in X-Antibody all the way up through BT9. None of the other eggs that get released after this one come close. Once per turn, when your effect puts a Digivolution card under one of your Digimon, draw one card. This gets facilitated by your Mega Doraemon and your Ultimate Doraemon. This will be happening. Nothing else to say about it. Generates advantage. Rookie lineup for Doraemon, because it's the only rookie X-Antibody we have, obviously. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with X-Antibody and traits, and 1 of this Kota Tamer among them to your hand. Generic Searcher, always good, run 4 of. Inherit is also very good, triggers the same way as Doraemon. When one of your Digivolution sources gets placed under a Digimon once per turn, gain 1 memory. This also procs off Doraemon himself being put in memory because of how effect resolution works. So when you trigger Dora Grey or Doraemon and throw Doraemon under it as sources, it triggers still, you still get a memory. Due to the fact we only have 1 X-Antibody in rookies, we just fill out the rest of the zones with just good generic black stuff. For Cinerizamon. On your turn, all your block Digimon with 13k DP or more gain piercing. This is easily achievable. All the Megas in this deck can easily do that. Inherit effect when this Digimon is black and has 13k DP or more, which easily achievable. You'll get security attack +1 as well, so it helps to push the game. 2 Chumon, because we have free slots, let's put in some floodgates. This keeps your opponent from gaining memory by anything that isn't a Tamer. 3 Toyagamon. This is pretty much just a flex spot. It used to be Chikurimon's. I want to facilitate the excellent final Zubagon punch that I love so much because it works really well in this. Toyagamon is just vanilla, but inherit reboot. This is here because we're running Ultimate Metal Greymon, which gives security attack +1 as an inherit if your Digimon has reboot. So if you don't get a final Zubagon punch, you need Toyagamon under there. Champions, hey, it's Doraemon, the only X-Antibody we have in Champion. This guy gains blocker if you've got an X-Antibody Digimon on the board, other than itself, or if you have a source with X-Antibody in it. It's It doesn't really come up that often. Might as well just be an empty box. Inherit all turns when this Digimon has an X-Antibody in its traits. Get 1000 DP. It's nice because it's both turns. Most inherit abilities that give power tend to just be on your turn, so this one does help defensively a little bit. 3 Grumblemon. We're running 4 of this Tamer. Once you have at least 2 of them on the board, the duplicate's pretty much worthless, so other than that typical evolve hybrid out of nowhere and win game. The rest is flex spots. We don't really have much else to fit in here, so we're just doing blockers. 1 Dark Tyrannomon blocker, cheap evolution. 2 Mechanorimons, not as cheap of an evolution, but a cheaper on play. It kind of keeps Rookie Rush down, but there isn't as much of that anymore. For Ultimates, 4 of our favorite Greymon, not a Greymon, Doru Greymon. On Digivolve, place a black card with X-Antibody and traits from your hand to the bottom of this guy's sources, and it gains a bonus effect of it can't be deleted or have its DP reduced until the end of the opponent's next turn, which is always nice. It's one of the only 2 ways you're going to get Digivolution sources underneath the trigger Doraemon and Doraemon. Inherit your turn when this Digimon has X-Antibody in its traits. Security attack +1. 4 Metal Greymon. Has reboot. Pointless. We're not going to do anything with that. Inherit. When the Digimon has reboot, though, get security attack +1, which will have reboot if you've got Toyagamon underneath it, or you play a final Zubagon. Megas for Doraemon. This is the main boss card we want to be on. On your turn, it gets 1000 DP for every X-Antibody in its sources. With that, it can easily hit the 13k we want with Cinerizamon, or the 13k to work with Final Zubagon Punch. There we go. On attack, once per turn, you can throw an X-Antibody from your hand underneath it as Digivolution sources. Then you can delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon whose play costs are less than the number of sources you have underneath him. It's not going to be a very high number. Essentially, it's just going to kill champions and rookies. It's going to kill blockers. At which point, you're counting on your inherit sources to give you enough security attack +1 to really make this thing a threat and hopefully kill things. Then I'm running 4 Alphamon because I can. I guess I could run Sport Defeat, but I'm not made of money. Oh god, these things were cheaper than Sport Defeats. Ugh. On attack, you can pay up to 5 memory. This guy gains 1000 DP for each one. That means you can easily just pay 2 memory on swing, make him 13k. So then Cinerizamon becomes live. Then at the end of the attack, gain 2 memory. That means you can also just attack with him, not pay any memory, and just get 2 memory back and just extend plays. Also has the excellent security effect of going to your hand after it gets revealed. Then if you've at least got an X-Antibody on board, or Royal Knight, but it's only this guy, pretty much your opponent's entire board won't be swinging. Because what are the odds they'll have more than 12 guys? So while we do want Doraemon as our main Mega, that just increases the chances that we'll at least have a Mega. and it pretty much puts a cock block to their turn. Tamers or Kota, we're running 4 because Doraemon wants him, and because he searches X-Antibodies as well. It's also a memory setter. On play, look at top 4, grab an X-Antibody, put in your hand. Generic, searching, good. Not a lot of targets in here yet. We'll get more targets in the future. For now, we'll use all the X-Antibodies we can. Problem is with Doraemon and Kota, only grab X-Antibodies. Black Memory Boost will grab every Digimon. On play, look at top 4, grab a Black Digimon. There you go. Also, Memory Boost, gain 2 memory when you need it. 3 final Zubagon Punch for the cheese. I love this card. It's so good. It's so cheap. Your Digimon gets 3k until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then if they're at 16k or more, which you can easily do with Doragoromon, you'll get Blocker, Reboot, and Security Attack +1. Gain Reboot, that means you can also make Metal Greymons Inherit go live. Last 2 slots are just Flex Removal, Brave Metal, and Iron Fisted Onslaught. Iron Fisted kills the biggest thing they've got, that's fine. Topple a 7 or an annoying 6. Brave Metal slightly cheaper, normally only kill a champion or a rookie. If you got an X-Antibody Digimon out with at least 5 Digilution cards under it, which will be your Doragoromon probably, you can delete anything on the board that isn't X-Antibody. It does kind of have that little restriction, so in a mirror match that's not gonna work. And this is the part of the video that you fast forwarded to just look at the whole deck list. Or, wait, did you watch the whole thing? Oh my god, thank you!